Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Cachet Tarot by TopThatPublishing.com. I want to call it Top Hat so bad. But it's Top That. If you freeze frame, you can see the website if you want it. Supportive Oracle Cards. Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish, and the website I believe is Hay House down there at the bottom. Feel free to freeze frame if you want that. Okay, what do we have for Pisces? Oh, double cards popping out. I want to know what's behind the double. So, it seems like you've gotten through something difficult. Do you feel like you have, though? It may not be over, but this leg of the journey may have gone successfully. I think that's a better way to say it. This leg of the journey might have gone successfully. I'm getting things are balancing out. I feel like the way things are handled, you may not agree with exactly how other people handled things. But I also see you having the humility to go, well, it's not like I'm going to control those people. I don't want to anyway. That is what it is. So this leg of the journey seems to have actually gone well. It may be just kind of like, it's not over, but like this leg of the journey went well. You do seem like you're happy, but you're also disconnecting. Are you in a disconnecting moment? Are you in I feel like you're in a disconnecting moment, but I want to be sure, because I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's a really good thing. Especially if you want, yeah, because you got the Magician on top of it with the Ten of Pentacles, which is telling me, I feel like you're disconnecting, at least from that journey, for a minute. You may be disconnecting from a lot more than that if you choose to. This seems like it's good. It's just make sure that you don't over disconnect, if that makes sense. I keep getting like you're disconnecting. That's a natural thing Pisces do. I'm saying that as a Pisces. Now my nose is itching. Especially if people get to be too much. I feel like people don't realize that with Pisces. If you get overwhelmed, or they're too much and they just don't stop and they just won't back off, you will just kind of turn off to them, and just no matter what they say, you don't care, because they're just overbearing and you're done with it. And once you're done usually. It's sometimes. I don't know why we're going down that road, but it seems to be like popping in. People who just don't back off and just keep sending messages and don't realize that you don't. The more that you don't respond, the less that you really care. You know what I mean? There's something coming forward, and I'm trying to see where we're going with it. It seems like something good is here. Knight of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. And the Tower card, half in and half out. Logan, no. Cat's always crazy, I swear. It's more rare that he's not. You got the Moon card, which is your card. And you got the Queen of Cups. Don't get caught up in the gender, but it's kind of like, even though you have that Knight of Swords, I'm wondering if you're just kind of keeping things to yourself. You're like, I don't need people's problems. I've gotten through this last leg of the journey. It was pretty well. The journey's not over. I don't need other people's problems, so I'm going to kind of disconnect from that for now. Nothing seems to be wrong here. Are people trying to push towards you or something? What's going on? Like, why do we keep reiterating this? Because the energy is a little bit disruptive on the other side. Like, the energy around you. Yeah, there's something going on around you that I don't think you have to be a part of. You are doing well with your situation. There's another situation also happening. It's not your situation. It's like whatever you're dealing with, like you have a personal situation that you've successfully done the last leg of the journey. The journey is not over. That's good. There's something totally separate going on around you. I don't think you need to be a part of it, though. There's people pulling some BS going on here. Which I almost feel like the reason you're disconnecting from people is because you need a break. You've completed the leg of your journey that was important to you, and you just need a break. But I'm getting like there's somebody else here trying to push things forward. They have ideas about what they want. I just feel like this is something, when you're disconnecting, they might push to get you to be a part of it. I'm getting don't. There's something with some, I want to say tomfoolery, ridiculousness, foolishness, whatever you want to call it. When I say tomfoolery, I'm thinking more of like somebody just causing annoyances just out of that's what they like. They enjoy it. They're just causing some ridiculousness because maybe they're bored or that's what entertains them. But sometimes tomfoolery goes into a level of like, it starts off as like it's funny to one person, it's not funny to other people, and then things turn a different direction, and then all of a sudden the person that started the tomfoolery plays the victim card, like it wasn't that bad, you made something out of nothing, but meanwhile they started the whole situation. Something like that feels like it's going on here. You don't have to be a part of it. Don't defend anybody, don't get involved with it. Somebody is causing some type of issue here. I almost feel like that's what this main part of this reading is. Kind of like you need a break. You don't need to be a part of this if you don't want to be. The situation going on around, it's more about the situation going on around you. Seven of Cups, which is an interesting card. It talks about dreams, ideas, possibilities sometimes, sometimes fantasy. This is a card that usually is compatible with Pisces. In this situation, though, I'm getting like there's a lot of hidden doors. It's more stress than you need. You need a break. And it's not necessary for you to be a part of it. By not being a part of it, I feel like the people who deserve to be accountable will be accountable. Especially with Isis inspiration next to it, kind of like they're saying, yeah, just let it be. Don't become a part of it. You need a break anyway. It keeps coming at you, though. I feel like it keeps coming at you. But almost like you keep getting texts or people want you to be a part of a situation, and maybe you're getting invited to a party or some type of, something like that. You're getting invited to something. Two of Wands reversed. Emperor half in, half out. That's an Emperor out of balance. That's somebody who's like got ulterior motives and they're strategizing and they might not be having their best moment. I also get the Devil card here. I feel like I keep... how else can I help you see what's going on here? It seems like when I'm getting the Two of Wands reversed, I feel like maybe this event was going on anyway. And it's kind of like, oh, I didn't realize I didn't invite you. I thought if you want to come, you can come. One of those things. Like, you might get a last-minute invite to something that has been going on for a while. Like, they've been planning it, and then all of a sudden they're inviting you, and you're like, how come I got an invite late? Don't go for it. If you were invited late, I'm getting don't go for it. That might be another trigger to this situation. Like, if you're like, wait, they've been planning this for like a month or maybe a couple weeks, but I'm just getting an invite like the day before or the day of. That don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. It's up to you. If you really want to do it and you're excited about it, go ahead. But I feel like for those of you this is going to hit with, it's going to kind of like sit with you like, wait, I'm getting a last minute invite. Like, wait, why am I getting a last minute invite? Like, why is it happening that way? I feel like that's not good. That's really not good. But like, if you really want to do it, that's fine. What happens if you do it? I'm getting it's a bad idea. What happens for you if you do this last minute invite? Seven of Major Arcana, which is a Chariot, but it's half in, half out, and the Seven of Wands, half in, half out, going a different direction. So the Seven's going different directions. Like, I feel like people are half telling you things, half not. conflicting information. People, like, you're going to know that you're on the out on something. Like, you're going to know that people tell you just enough to let you know that there's something going on, but not enough for you to really know. Like, I don't know, it's like somebody, like, it's like they got a new car, and you're seeing the car, but you're like, you're not getting the story about why they got a new car. So, like, if somebody got in an accident, or maybe their last car, it wasn't really their car, they had to give it back, or maybe this new car they have is actually somebody else's car. Like, you're not getting, like, why that is there. You're realizing something is different here, but you're not realizing what happened to make that occur. You're not like, why is that car here? I understand it's yours, but why? Like, you just got a new car. For example, if they got a new car, like maybe, or they got a different car a couple months ago, and all of a sudden now it's a different car, and you're like, well, why is that? And they're like, well, you just had to do it, and they just walk away from you. They won't tell you the truth, and you're like, well, I just needed to, and they won't tell you what happened. It's kind of like that. You're like, you know something's different, you just don't. They won't give you the details. It's like, why can't I know that information? Why are we playing these games? Like what happened? And then you find out, well, I wonder, I don't know, because it's almost like the real reason that they had a new car is because maybe somebody cheated on somebody else, and then the one who got cheated on got angry and took a bat to the last car. Could be something like that, so they had to get a new car. Something like that. It's nothing you really want to be a part of anyway, but I feel like I'm going to feel awkward if I go to this situation, I'm going to feel awkward, because the 7's going different ways. It's kind of like I'm being made to feel like I'm a part of the situation, that I'm included, but I'm not. But it's almost like I'm just like I'm on the outside. I'm technically a part of it, but I'm not a part of it enough to get all the information. It's, how do you explain this? It's like I'm invited to the wedding, but I have to eat my dinner out on the lanai, and everybody else is in the room. Like, you know what I mean? It's like being at the kids' table at like an event, or it's like away from the main event. Like you're there, you're technically there, you're in the building, but you're in a separate room from the main event. And it's like, does that make almost like feeling like a second-class citizen in the same situation? Like, that's kind of how it feels. I would leave at that point if you start feeling that way. You just quietly just kind of, oh, I got something going on, gotta go. It doesn't have to be an issue, but I feel like if you end up going just to check it out, which may not be a bad idea, then it just start feeling that way. Hopefully plan ahead, park somewhere where you can easily leave, and just go, oh, something came up, I gotta go, and just kind of go, yep, a responsibility is personal, I can't, a friend of mine needs me, and just kind of go. I mean, they're playing games with you, I wouldn't worry about it. Whatever the situation is, it's going to be walked away from like it never happened. So it's kind of like, you might find out this information, but the rest of the story will never come to you. They're going to pretend it never happened. There's things going on here in this situation. If you get this, if this does happen to where you get this random invite last minute and you don't go, you wouldn't get the answers anyway. I would just stay out of the whole situation. I wouldn't worry about it. It seems like that's not such a big deal. I also feel like when I see the Emperor here, whoever this is, you consider them fairly, you see them for who they are. I'm going to say you see them for who they are anyway. I don't want to say they're honest, but I feel like you see them for who they are. And you prefer to get along with them. You don't want things to get complicated anyway. So the fact that if you don't even go, it just makes that easier to keep that peace for you. You don't have these questions in your mind that you're curious what happened. I feel like in the long run, it's easier. Okay. I think we've explored that as far as this reading is going to go, so I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.